In my time at Heritage, I believe we've never been at a more important moment. I think in the next few years, we're going to see a community realize more and more that their children need to be in a place where teachers love Jesus and where they're surrounded in prayer and that where truth is taught. There's a world aching for truth, and sadly they're getting lies, which will leave them empty. Where do we start with that? Why is Heritage? I think we need to, what excites me the most is to prepare us for that. Those families coming to those doors and saying, we've seen a culture shift, and the velocity of that shift has never been greater, and then therefore want to be engaged with us. So I'm just excited for that. I'm excited to see the ministry, and with that ministry, the people's lives changed.
We're not going to plow forward with something we think we just want, but if God's leading and He provides, then that's going to be exciting. And it's going to be exciting because it's going to influence the lives of the students. And some of those things we see happening are along the lines of capital campaigns, building improvements, building expansions, other opportunities to be able to host events and help students and help athletes and help coaches and parents, everybody associated with Heritage, be able to facilitate those programs better. All of our programs are discipleship based, and so we are preaching Jesus. They're praying at every practice, at every program, everything we do, we're putting that before God, asking Him to bless it and to lead it. And so as we have opportunities to do more of those things, do those things better, help coaches and teachers and such be able to have the time to do the discipleship part.
There's a lot of reasons that we've been so successful. At the top, in my mind, is we really do have a school community, so from our administration to our families, that supports and fosters and nurtures our athletes and our coaches well. Our coaches have been the backbone, in my opinion, of our success. And so we are really fortunate that we've had individuals that are predominantly volunteers. And somehow we have found some of the most skilled, experienced and, professional athletes and Division I athletes, and they come and they want to give their time and their energy to young people. They want to do it here as opposed to at a bigger school. They want to be a part of our culture. They want to be a part of our community.
We've also been blessed to have students who are both strong in sports but also strong in academics. And I think the other thing, one of the things that sports tends to teach you is just to push through things that are hard and to learn how to work as a team through things. And those are certainly skills that our students need to know, and it's not just in the academic field, but when they go on to work in your career, what are you going to do when things are hard? And so there are things I think that you learn in the sports field that you can kind of take over into not just the academic field, but hopefully also into your life as you go on from here.
They're able to ask these hard questions and go through these hard, difficult circumstances and discussions, but they are surrounded by a staff and a group of people who genuinely care about them and can continue to point them towards truth in those areas based on where they're at. And I don't think you get all of those pieces in other places.
I get excited when I look through and do see improvements that I think are meaningfully blessing our families, so increasing college opportunities and ACT, SAT prep and conversations of where they were going to be for their careers, all those kind of things, whether that be from resumes or scholarship applications, college applications. So I just think of all the things we've done, and I'm excited to continue making those advancements. But at the heart, from the very day I walked in here in 2002 to now, it's about seeing kids get loved on by coaches, by teachers, by staff. Truly, there's no more important distinctive than the power of relationship, first with our King and then with each other. And that's the core, that's who we are, and we see it in everything we do.
I think there's a lot of Christian parents out there that are really not happy with the political climate that Colorado has and the impact that's have had on the public schools. So I think that there's an opportunity for Heritage, if there were more understanding about what we're trying to do here.
Our impact and our influence in Fort Collins, in Colorado, and even outside of Colorado is the most prominent and meaningful that it's been. So I think that's something I've always dreamed and prayed and hoped for. I always use the word family when I'm talking about our sports teams, when I'm talking about even my classes, but to treat each other as family, to honor and respect and to fight for each other is so important, so critical in who we want to be and what we want to do.
I think we're striving to just be better and to serve our students the best way that we can. And so every year we're just looking for ways to better serve them, and not only serve them academically, but also to serve them in their journey as being a Christian and what that looks like.
I definitely think how God has been moving recently and the ways we've been seeing it is just giving us excitement and expectation for the future, really kind of giving a lot of us direction as to where we're supposed to go and what we're supposed to do, which is something that we were all looking forward to.
Being here all 14 years, I was able to have a really big foundation that was rooted in the Bible. And when going into college, I realized that there was already so much that I knew, but also because of the way I was challenged here and the way that my teachers always challenged me to grow, it allowed me to independently seek the Lord and seek just that biblical foundation. And now that I'm in college where we're being challenged to argue certain political views or certain conservative views, it's just really easy for me to say, okay, this is what I believe, this is why I believe it.
I love to be able to tell the story of Heritage Christian because of the Christ focus and the impact that it makes. And so the thing about this is we need to preserve it and grow it for the next generation. And so I love telling that story because it's a story of impact. And that's, to me, that's why a donor wants to give. They want to make an eternal difference. It's not about a building or any programs. It's about the kids and how we're making a difference in the lives of these students.
Right now, we are looking at launching for the first time in well over 15 years a capital campaign. In doing that, we are inviting first and foremost people to just pray, to thank the Lord for this place, to tell the story in so many just life-changing ways, where people are just bringing up how Heritage has made a difference in their kids' lives and how that difference has led to generational change. Then as you pray, how else can you get involved? There's multiple committees, strategic committees, land support committees. There's tons of ways to get involved, and obviously we need financial resources and connecting with any opportunity we can see there to make that a reality. So, and the idea here, and what I love about what Heritage has been about, we're building to expand the mission. We've seen the differences places made. We want to serve our families well, serve the students well, but we also see the power and impact sports can have to connect with our community. So that's the heart behind it.